this, hang on, before we do begin, I've got to read my own notes, changing, updating the process. Yeah, there you go, I've done that bit, right, I can go. Welcome! Hello! Hello. So, I'm going to talk to you about health and safety today and HR policies and risk assessments. So, it starts with this poster. This we have to show. It's from the Health and Safety Executive, it's from the government, and it basically says what we need to do to make sure that you are safe at work and what you need to do to make sure that you and others are safe at work. So if you ever have any questions, it's myself and Kelly that you would come to. You can also go to Kirsty or Kate should you need to. But that poster is in the office. It's also on the warehouse door, so that if you ever had any questions, you can start there. So that's the basis of what we do for our risk assessments and our policies. So some of the laws that we have to make sure that we are following are the Health and Safety at Work law, which is our duty to protect health, safety and welfare of employees and others who might be affected by work activities. So again, all of our risk assessments cover people visiting us, all of our members, all of the public, our contractors and everything else. So it is about keeping everybody at work safe. We also have to follow the Management of Health and Safety at Work regulations, which ensures we have health and safety measures in place to provide as safe a workspace as we possibly can. So we do that through risk assessments. We've also got other laws that we have to follow, such as the Equality Act, to make sure that we protect the rights of individuals and make sure everyone has the same opportunities. And we also have to follow employment law for the Employment Rights Act of 1996. All employees have the legal right to request flexible working. So there's different laws and things that we need to know to put in place to make sure that you have all the things that you need to know to do your job. External advisors. So we have an external HR advisor, which is Tracy. So a lot of our policies and things like that go through Tracy so that we know we are up to date with today's legislation. We are following good procedures, good process, and she helps us write our policies. We also have an external health and safety advisor, which is WorkNest, and they come in and audit us once a year. They give us any help and support on our risk assessments and our health and safety policy and our health and safety handbook. And we make sure that everything is up to date from them. Again, any new legislation, anything like that, they tell us, we then put in our risk assessments and things. So all of our policies, guidance, procedures, risk assessments are all put together to give you a process, give you an idea of how to do a job and how to do it safely. And then if you ever had any problems or any issues and you ever needed to go through a complaints or a disciplinary or grievance or a bullying and harassment policy, they're all there, and it gives you the steps of what you would have to do, who you need to start with and the process that will follow. So they're all there to help you and to help the organisation make sure that we are providing all of the things that we need to make sure everyone's safe at work and everyone has the same access to rights. So policies and procedures, they make up terms and conditions of your contract. It is very important that you know them, because once you sign them, once you've started with your contract, you say you will follow all of our policies and procedures, so you should know them. So they are all in a blue folder, and that folder will soon live in the staff room. We are also going to put them up on a website so that anybody can then access them wherever you are. If at any point you find anything in a policy and you think, well, I'm not sure if that's right, come to me, have a chat with me and let me know, because if you think there's something that isn't right, I might have an explanation as to why it's worded that way for law purposes or for something, or if not, then it might be something that needs to be changed. Come and chat to me about it, okay? So they're all on the Z drive under HR and policies, procedures and guidance, and all of the policies and procedures are there. I've given you out a list of all of the policies and procedures, so they're there to follow. Also, this is going to be the staff sign folder, so that when you have read a policy or a risk assessment, you will come and sign it in here to say, yes, I have read and seen that copy. That's that one, and then risk assessments. So they are something that we should create collaboratively. This is something that once it is in a risk assessment and we say we will do it that way, if it isn't done that way, it has repercussions. So if we say that we are going to make sure that all pathways are clear, we aren't going to trail any cables across them, then we need to make sure that we aren't doing that, because if you've put a cable across it and someone trips over it, it's not just us that's liable in that, it's also you as an individual. So you all have to make sure health and safety is at the forefront of your minds, and we're making a safe place for all of us to work together. That's the idea. So again, so when it comes to risk assessments, read them. If there's something in it that again you think, well, I'm not quite sure we do it that way, or that's not quite right, come and talk to me. It may be that we have to change it, make sure that it's right for what we do now. So we will we will check our policies and our risk assessments at least biannually, so at least every 2 years, but we will go in and check them and change them if there's been a change to any legislation, if there's been a change in how we do a process, or there's been an incident, and then we have to update and make sure that our policies and risk assessments are showing what we need to do. So those are the kinds of times that we would go in and alter them. So risk assessments will have a version number on them. So they'll essentially be in the year. So it's under risk assessments, they're in operations, risk assessments, and then the year, so 2025. And then for this year, if you see it like version 2, it means that we've had to amend it within this year. So we will be going through that. But it's very important that we do what we say we will do in a risk assessment. So again, some of the risk assessments that can change quite a lot in this place are our events ones. Our out and about events, because they can differ depending on where we are going to be. So each risk assessment has to be appropriate for where the work is happening as well. So again, any questions, any concerns, please come and speak to me and we will go through them. So that, again, the sign-off sheet for the risk assessments is in this yellow folder. This is going to live in the art shop office behind Kirsty's desk up on the shelf. That's that part. So the other thing that we do is our online training. So our online training from WorkNest is to make sure that we are all aware of what we have to do to keep people safe. So our slips, trips and falls video, the manual handling, the height, working at height, all of those things we need to do annually to make sure that we can say we have told our staff how to do this job properly, to make sure that they are safe and they're keeping others safe. So it's very important that you do the training. And again, each section, each department team will have different training to different people. So some people will need training on Stacker, some people will need first aid training, other people will need to know about display screen equipment training, other people will need to know more about working at height if you're down on the ladder every day in the play pod in. There's different things that each of us will need to know, so it is very important that you make sure you do the training. And if you feel you need more training or you haven't quite understood something, come and talk to me, come and talk to Kelly, Kate or Kirsty. Please always know that that conversation is open. Please always come and have a chat to us. That is the whirlwind version, as much of a whirlwind as I can do, of policies and procedures. So any questions at any point, please come and let me know. Thank you very much. That'll do there.